All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've been on here. I've been traveling, I've had a lot going on, and haven't been filming. So, just to bring you guys up to speed, if you followed my mini cut series this summer, it was great. Hit my target, 152, and felt really good. Shifted into maintenance the last 6 to 8 weeks, and now I have some photo shoots coming up in November. So I am starting a new training block, getting kind of dialing things back in. Today is day one of this training block. I'm doing shoulders and back, and it's a little bit of a longer workout because it's actually my only full dedicated upper body day. This training split is 3 lower body days, one upper body, which is back and delts. And then I have like an accessory day where I'm doing a little bit of calves, a little bit of arm touch up, a little bit of abs. So it's really just to kind of burn some calories and kind of move the body. So this workout, I'll walk you guys through it. We're starting with pec deck rear delt flies, and I'm going to do a couple warm-up sets. Actually just finished my warm-up sets, and then we're going to move into two working sets. We'll do a drop set here, and yeah, overall feeling really good. If you guys have any questions on this workout, so let me know in the comments. I'd love to give you guys some more tips and what you want to see next, because we'll have a bunch more videos coming out for you guys here this month. That's good. Let's move on. Okay, so next exercise is what he's got down for me here is a dumbbell lateral raise. I prefer the hammer machine, so kind of bent arms. I like a machine a little bit better because I can load this heavier, and I just feel like I get a better pump, a better result overall. I also do have a modified lateral raise later on in this workout that I'll show you guys. That's actually a really fun exercise that you can try if you haven't tried it. I haven't done them in a while, but I'm going to do 3 sets here. You also see me, I'm going to be raising my elbows quite high. A lot of people stop right parallel to the shoulders, but I'm actually going to get as much range of motion as I can without engaging my traps. So I can go a bit higher and just get a little bit more range. So let's get to it. Forgot to charge my Apple Watch last night, you guys. It's about to die here. I don't know about you, but I feel like if my Apple Watch dies, that workout doesn't count. Especially when I get onto a new program and I'm really tracking like everything. I want to see the numbers. Hopefully, okay, it says I have 10% left, so hopefully it'll make it through this workout so I can track and give you guys the numbers. If you watched my mini cut series, I use a spreadsheet to track my time of my workout, my caloric burn during the workout. Also the same thing for my cardio and total minutes for those activities. Hopefully it lasts. You can do it. So you'll notice as I'm performing this exercise, I start to slow down even more towards the end because it does get quite heavy and I start to fatigue. That's a lot of times when people start to cheat or they just give up, but it's okay if you're struggling at the end of the last couple of reps and it's almost like you're moving, like you're like sludging through mud, and it's just a slow push, 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 push. Those are the really high intensity reps that or high mechanical tension, right? That's where you get the most growth, the most bang for your buck. So if you are just slowly pushing that weight up, it doesn't even matter how slow, just push through those last couple reps. You want to take advantage of that as much as possible. So my tip for you guys for today. All right, I am pumped. Do I look pumped? Okay, so third exercise, we're doing a machine shoulder press. I also had dumbbell shoulder press on my plan. And I was actually going to use dumbbells for that one, but when the gym is a little bit busy, it's okay to switch from machine to dumbbells and that kind of stuff if you have to. I get that question a lot from our clients. As long as it's the same movement pattern, overall you're fine. There are nuances like why one might be better than the other, depending on what you're trying to do. Like if you want to work on stability and coordination, dumbbells, obviously. But if you really want to isolate and just focus on power and strength and hypertrophy, machines are often a better way to go. And I know a lot of women are a little bit nervous about pressing heavy dumbbells over their head for safety concerns. And when you use a machine, you don't have to worry about that sort of thing. I also do prefer a pin loaded machine only because it's less work. You don't have to pull the plates off and add plates on. You can just stick the pin. But that's also taken today. This is a new plan. Usually as I go along and week after week, I'll stick with this plan for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, quite a while, because I can progress very well. Usually I have these memorized by now, so I don't have to look. But I typically write my own programming. You guys know this, but I got sick of writing my own programming this last month. And so I had Andy write a program for me. Yeah. Okay. So we're doing, oh yes. Okay. I like this. He programs just like me anyway. Okay. So I'm going to do 2 heavy sets of 8s, and then I'm going to do 1 back off set of 15 to 20. And in that back off set, I'm going to reduce the weight by roughly 30% or so, and really just sort of rep it out. So it's really just a good technique to just pump a lot of blood to the area, and you get a nice fullness in the delts. Perfect. Let's get started. Okay, that was too light. So we're going to call that one a feeler set. So feeler set's a little bit different than a warm-up set. It's really kind of get in there and just see how everything is feeling, right? Just exactly how you said it. So making sure that, number one, the weight selection's appropriate for the rep that you're trying to hit, and also that your joints, tendons, ligaments, everything just feels pretty good. I do have some tightness in my right side, so I'm very cognizant to see on any given week how that's feeling. But today it feels really good. You also notice I'm using this kind of different hand positioning. So rather than having my hands wider, have them a little bit closer. That's also just a personal preference because the shoulder tends to be tighter. And also I like to keep my arms a little bit closer to the body most of the time because I do have implants. So rather than going wide and spreading the chest cavity, I do keep my arms more narrow on a lot of these exercises. It's still too light. All right, so when I first got in this machine, there actually was a 45-pound plate on here, and it felt just, my first thought was, whoa, this is heavy. So I dropped it. And now I'm doing sets of 8. Usually at 4, I'm struggling. That was a breeze. So if you're wondering if you're using the right weight, right around half the amount of reps that you're aiming for, you should be struggling. Like, it should be hard. If you're not thinking, honestly, if you don't think, holy shit, this is hard, halfway through, it's too late. So I would just stop the set and add on if it's supposed to be a working set. So we're gonna add on. So I did 12. When in doubt, add more reps. That's still good. I'll add again on this last set, and I expect that I will fail at 8. We're gonna get there. It literally looked like I train delts 5 days a week right now. This workout works. um, okay, so the final delt exercise for this workout is a 6-way Meadow Rise, which is named after, I think, developed, created by John Meadows, who passed away a few years ago, but his training techniques live on. And I had not done this specific exercise probably in a program in like 3 years, but I love it. It's so great. It's very humbling because you don't need a lot of weights to do this one. Basically, it's a lateral raise, bringing it into the center, bringing it up over your head, and then reversing it back down. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. I'm going to do sets of 8 to 10. Probably using, we don't have 7s. If we had 7s or 8s, I'd probably use 7, 7.5, but I'm going to use 5-pound dumbbells, believe it or not. So if you are a beginner, this might be too intense for you. I might just do a lateral raise in and out, just do the 4 points, or like that. Kind of work your way up so you can do more. Or if you have smaller dumbbells, like a 2-pound or 3-pound, I know that sounds crazy, but your delts are a really small muscle group, so you don't need a lot. So yeah, we're gonna do 2 sets here, and then we're gonna move on to some back. We're rolling. All right, so that concludes the delt portion of this workout, and we are moving on to back. We have lat pull downs. I prefer, instead of using the cable machine today, I'm going to use this machine because I like it and it feels good. So I'm going to use some straps because I am going to try to go a little bit heavier on these. More of a neutral grip. I'm not going to go excessively wide. I'm not trying to build a ton of back right now. I think we're just doing 2. Let me double check. As I mentioned before, I don't have this workout memorized yet. 2 sets of 12. I'm going to do 1 kind of feeler set just quickly to test out the weight and make sure I'm good. Again, my right side has a lot of tightness. I haven't had any body work done in 3 weeks. I do have a massage scheduled in about 4 days. I wish it was tomorrow, frankly, because I do want to get my lat worked on a little bit. I just have a lot of tightness that it's just ongoing. This is 40, what can I say? So I just went up 10 pounds. I am getting a little bit of impingement on my right side. To work around that, again, I do try to keep my arms a little bit closer. That seems to feel better for me. So I keep my hand, my grip a little closer. And then I draw the elbows down a little bit more in front of me. So that does seem to help a bit. But to be honest, I need to get my lat worked on, is what I need to do. So we're going to do 2 sets here. I'm going to keep it at 10 reps. Anything after that, I really do start to feel some, not pain, it's just not comfortable. And then I do find that doing rowing motions tends to feel better for me. So the next 3 exercises are actually going to be rowing motions. So here we go. All right, so the next exercise, second back exercise, on my list was a cable row with a V attachment, so kind of a close grip seated row. I opted for this machine, well, 2 reasons. One, the cable system is quite busy today, and I don't want to wait. And then I also just actually really like this machine. So win-win for me. I'm doing 2 sets here, working sets of 12. And yeah, with like I said before, with rows, I don't feel that same impingement that I do with a kind of pull down motion. So I'm going to try to go pretty heavy on these, but still, again, I'm not trying to build a lot of size to my back. So everything that I'm doing today is really just sort of touch up work, keep the muscle around. So I'll hit my delts and my back full session today, and then later in the week I'll hit a little bit of everything on the upper body again, and I'll just do one exercise per. Right now it is sort of more of a maintenance season for me and a little bit of glute growth. So that felt really good. So that was kind of my feeler set. I'm going to do 2 working sets and move on. So moving on, third back exercise for today. We're gonna do a single arm row on the hammer strength machine. So I'm actually gonna do kind of a modified version on here. And I actually really like this machine for doing rows. I feel like I can load it a little bit better and really isolate. Sometimes when I do dumbbell, I love doing dumbbell rows, but sometimes just depending on how my body's feeling that day. I have, like I said, some impingements and some weird stuff going on, so I don't get as much. I think the angle is usually what kind of throws me off. So this machine, I usually don't have any issues. So we're gonna do 2 sets, 10 to 12 reps, and go pretty moderate weight here. So not really gonna go to failure on this one. The other one, I pushed pretty hard. I went pretty heavy on that one, so we'll see how it goes. All right, you guys, so that concludes this workout. So this was a delt and back workout. I am actually going to head over and do a little bit of abs, so actually weighted abs, not core, because I do want to develop a little bit more. I decided recently that I want to develop a little bit more ab definition, so not just flat stomach, but just a little bit more depth. So I'm going to do 2 weighted ab exercises and call this workout a wrap. If you guys have any questions on this workout, or if you have any requests for me for future videos, go ahead and drop it in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.